G'day cocktail lovers. I'm continuing with my quest to how many different ways can I clarify cocktails, or how many different cocktails can I clarify, and what's my starting point, what's my end point. This week I decided to repurpose a batched cocktail I've made. Over the last few months I've made variants on this batch cocktail where you use an entire jar of jam as a principal flavour in the cocktail. The big wide world of jam gives you lots of flavours to choose from, and it's a great drink for a party. Problem is, I haven't been hosting any parties myself, so I was not really finishing off this batch cocktail in a hurry. I wasn't sick of it because it was really good, but I thought, maybe repurpose it. While the variants of these cocktails have a very fruity flavour, there's no actual citrus acid element in them. I suppose there's a little acid element from the jam, but I don't know that it would be enough to curdle milk on its own. This drink is made up of spirit, sweet vermouth, a bittersweet aperitivo, and jam. And I thought, well, there's the other method where we just use the powdered milk. Quick recap of the two main methods of milk clarification. One is to get a drink that has an acid element, usually a citrus juice, and add it to milk or some similar dairy type product. You can even experiment with non-dairy milks like the nut milks or coconut milk. You'll find varying degrees of success, but experimentation is fun. The other method is to get some powdered milk and bake it in the oven, usually for about 375 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Some magical bit of chemistry happens when you bake that powder, so when you reconstitute it into milk, it has a tendency to just separate on its own. You can get a drink that does not have an acid content, add it to this reconstituted baked milk powder, and it will separate, and you can filter it, and you get a clarified drink. The process for doing this with my batch cocktail was pretty simple. There was about 200 mils of my cocktail left, so I got 60 mils of the milk, because you want to do it round about 3:1, 4:1 ratio of drink to milk. And I'll always stress that it's important to add the drink to the milk, not the milk to the drink. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed I made a mistake and I added the milk to the drink. This can cause a problem with proper formation of curds, and you might not get such a good result, and I have no idea why I accidentally did that, but you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, so I thought, okay, let it stand for a while to see if it separates. It did seem to separate successfully, so then it's pouring it through a coffee filter so it drains through into a little bottle. Now, the important thing to remember is it is not the filter that does the clarification, it's the curds. So the curds have to settle to the bottom to really get the clarification happening, meaning usually the first bit that goes through will be at least a bit cloudy. So you need to let it run until it's running through clear, then put that first bit back through the filter, or alternatively, filter the whole drink more than once. Once you've finished filtering the drink, all that's left to do is pour yourself up a serve, and of course a clarified cocktail, it's the perfect candidate to pour it over some sexy clear ice. And I'm going to use my favourite garnishes of a twist of orange peel and maraschino cherries on a skewer. And we can see the cocktail gods shined on me twice. I am in their favour at the moment. I made the mistake of adding the milk to the drink, and yet it's clarified. It's a beautiful clear colour, and when I stabbed into my cherry jar to get a cherry, I got 2 cherries. I didn't even cheat. I thought I was only getting 1. When you get 2 cherries, that's a sign from the cocktail gods, and the drink looks good. Now I just hope it tastes good. This is really interesting because I think it's actually bringing the jam flavour out more than anything. That combined sweet tartness you get from a good jam. I can even taste the bittersweet element in here. I used a grapefruit liqueur from memory, and it is just still a bright fruity treat, but it's taken it somewhere else, so I don't feel like I'm drinking the same thing forever. I had my batch cocktail, it was very good. I shared it with a few lucky people. There was still some left because I made a whole bottle of it, and now I have something different. My clarified jam cocktail. You'd never believe that if you weren't familiar with clarified cocktails, I could go from that opaque drink that literally had jam in it, making it a little bit thick, and you get this beautiful, smooth, clear drink. That's why I keep doing the milk clarification, and I think I'm just going to keep working my way through the cocktail oeuvre and decide which cocktail makes the best clarified cocktail. That's, you know, the next few years of my life exploring that as far as I'm concerned. And other cocktail hacks, tips, tricks, little things I like to do, especially the clear ice. I've got an interesting experiment with that coming up. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you are, because I'd love to have you back to see what else I get up to. But until I do see you again, I'll say cheers.